Hey traders, Sam Shakespeare coming to you live. How's everyone doing today? Happy Thursday. No real trades overnight. Nothing to speak of. Coffee. So it looks like we're in lower lows on euro dollar, clearly. There's a 4-hour reversal that worked itself out. Look at that. I mean, the risk reward was skewed, but there it was. L1, L2 cross, collapsed white zone, touch of the L1, and then it touches the L7 before it breaks a new high. It happens on all time frames. Maybe I'll code the longer time frames in there. I mean, this hours is in lower lows. Okay, that's the 4-hour, which is breaching the 4-hour L7, which you can see that right here. This euro is probably the best looking grid at this point. Oh, we got a breakout on euro yen that just happened. Okay. Well, now there's a breakout, which I don't love on this euro yen because we saw that 04, right, was the 4-hour shoot. Was the low on the 4-hour. Man, that's a bummer. You know, it's always going to be some time frame that's in your way. Alright, so the low on this is 04. So we really need some follow through on this. Let's see where the breakout put our stop and everything. I'm not loving the breakout on this euro yen so close to the low. You know, sometimes it happens like that. Alright, let's take a peek. 13 pip stop is what it got us. It's looking for a 26, so it's looking for 2-to-1 risk reward on this. So the swing stop is at 126.20. We're right now at 11.13. So dynamic lot size worked out to be 0.86. So 0.86 lots at 12.9 pips stop loss. That will be 1% of our account. Dynamic lot sizing in effect there. Which, by the way, means, of course, that if we go our 26 pips, or 25.8, if 12.9 is equal to 1%, that means that 25.8 pips at the same lot size weighting will be equal to 2%. So this is looking to gain 2% with a risk of 1%. So 2-to-1 reward to risk on the trade. We also know then, real quick, if we're watching the trade and it goes up 13 pips for whatever reason, we know we're up 1%, right? And that'll be reflected in our power of 20 pips, right? So when it goes up, if it goes up 13, that'll be 10 full position pips, which is 1%, because those are our P20 pips, right? And we know that 20 pips, we set 20 pips equal to 2%. Stop's really only 3-4 pips away already. Remember, it's like at 20, 5 pips away. Let's go to the 1 minute. So you can see why 20 was the stop, right? What was the high? 18, 18.3. So it adds a pip plus the spread. Now the breakouts are the trickiest because you get them at the most stretched out point. Yeah, this is gonna definitely, at this point, it's accelerating into our stop. So I don't see this surviving. We're not quite. I know it said 12.9, but it did not calculate it as a full percent. Wow, man, it came right to, and this is why I'm not saying this is going to win this trade. There's no way. I don't know. It can pop right above it right now and take us out. But you can see our stop was placed in a strategic location, right? The VTA places the stop where previous resistance is. So it finds those points where the market pushed the price back, and it puts the stops right on the other side of those points. That's what the swing stop is. So here we see where, I mean, it literally came to a half a pip to our stop, and it didn't take us out. I can't tell you what it's going to do now, but more than likely that resistance will hold, and maybe we'll get a continuation, and this breakout could work itself out. Placing stops like that, I think, a little bit better than just putting an arbitrary 15 pip stop. You know, if you pick a number and use it as a stop loss, well, the market doesn't know anything about that, right? But the market does know where the price has bounced in the past. So the VTA will find that spot and assume there's some resistance there and use that as a stop loss. We just need some follow through. New York market opens in 20 minutes. Alright, here comes the next test. The buyers got a little bit of control here. The low did not come down very far. So that means the bulls want another crack at this level. So we got to see how well this resistance is now. And we're only 1.5 pips away basically from our 1% risk. Alright, which is 10 P20 pips. It's going to end up being around 13 actual pips of distance on this trade. And we have the bulls mounting a pretty serious charge right here, guys. Let's see what happens. I mean, we are less than 1 pip away from getting stopped out, guys. Let's see if the bears can hold on. Are they running out of gas? Are the bulls running out of gas up here? I mean, it's no fun hanging out here right at your stop loss, right? It's alright. It's what trading is. Sometimes this is a good time to go get some coffee. You know, you don't want to feel the stress of each tick of the price. I totally understand that. We had a close up here pretty high. Let's see what happens. See if the bulls can take this up or if the bears can mount a defense. Come on, bears, looking better. At least you can see though that, obviously where our stop is, it's hard to monitor the market every trade and decide that and manually enter a stop. And that's what the swing stop is good for, guys. So it dynamically finds those stops, places them, and then adjusts your lot size to ensure the percentage risk is there and your percentage gain will be there. It takes a lot of the work out of it. We are getting a monster short, so that's waiting for a 1 minute bear candle close. Let's look at that. So that means we're going to need expanded white zones on all time frames here. So there's the 1 minute, yep, expanded, everything looking good, moving down. 5 minute chart, yep, expanded, L1 below the L2, everything's below the L7. 15 minute, expanded, just expanded on the 15 minute. The Euro Yen 60 minute chart, boom, it's expanding. Euro Yen right now is in a potential for a monster, and actually we're probably going to get an entry here, guys. Boom, there it is. Alright, we got our 5 minute entry for the monster. Let's look at the 5 minute chart on Euro Yen since we just got that 5 minute entry. Let's look at where it happened at. Yeah, so there it was. Alright, so there was the bearish candle, and then there's this. Right now we're below it, so this is the price action. So we've broken below it. There wasn't much of a different entry, in fact. Pretty much almost the same spot within a fraction of a pip of each other from the first leg. Ended up coming up at the same spot. You can prevent it. You can make it in the VTA settings to make sure that the 5 minute entry will not enter any trade unless it's a certain number of pips beyond the 1 minute entry. You can do that. You might miss out on some entries and some wins, but you'll also make sure you're controlling your risk a little more by doing that. Alright, the Euro Yen looking good, guys. Looking very good now. Let's see, we got to get under 0.4. This is where I really need to get under, guys. This is the low of the 4-hour chart. Okay, we're up almost 9 full position pips, 9 P20 pips. That means every 10 of these is 1% of account growth. Here we go, there's 10 full position pips right there. I like it. And I can't stress again enough about how awesome that swing stop performed on this trade. And now we're in profit. Alright, so that was clutch, that swing stop. We only risked as much as we needed to risk. I'm tempted to get out because we're at big figure and at previous, where it bounced last time. I think I'm going to close everything. Alright, done. Let's see where I exited those at 02.6. Here goes Euro Yen. This is where I regret getting out of the trade right here. Son of a gun.